Hey guys, it's Tinker Taylor here today. Just want to start off by saying I'm sorry this video is late. I know it's late. That's what happens when you have assessment periods where they just give you one after the other, after the other, after the other, and don't really give you much of a break. So, apologies, we are 4 to 5 hours late, but hey, I'm doing it. Um, so this is the build that I have done for two of my roommates who said they wanted to live in some cabins. And if either of you are listening to this, I will end you. Please mute it. That's the rules, that's the agreement we had. I will end you. But if you're not my roommate, feel free to keep listening. Unless my voice annoys you, then mute me as well. I don't care. You do whatever makes you happy. So yeah, I built this for my roommates who, yeah, I asked a bunch of them where they wanted to live and what they wanted to live as, like what sort of house did they want, um, whereabouts would they live, what would the house look like, blah blah blah. And this is what we've kind of ended up with. So yeah, two of them said cabins, and I tried to do my best to try and fill it in for them. And from what I understand, they like it. They think it's good. My favorite does end up being the first cabin, which surprisingly, this is not the first cabin. This is the second one that I end up furnishing. Because I do this in multiple parts, like the building it in multiple parts, and I just could not tell you where and when. Like this first part, I think I do pretty much all in one go. And then I accidentally left my video running for like 2 hours, just blank, nothing. But I did catch it, so don't worry about that. I have cut that out of this video. There's not just sped up of me doing absolutely nothing for 2 hours. But it was initially hard for me to calculate how long and how many videos it would be based off of how long I accidentally let it run for. So yeah, here we go with this. Also, the end part, how do I speak? The part at the very end. So like I just said, there was 2 hour spacing where I accidentally recorded nothing. There's also a gap of about maybe half an hour where I don't record, but I do things. So there's nothing being done what I'm recording. So yeah, I've made a few accidents with these builds in the recording of it, but it's okay, I guess. I don't know. I just had a little accident with it, I guess. But I don't know, I still had lots and lots of fun doing this build, trying to not get inside the heads of my roommates, but just like understanding what they like and trying to build to their taste. Which was, I wouldn't say super difficult, but I personally wouldn't want to live somewhere like this. So I wouldn't normally build like this. So again, it's another one of those like trying to break outside of this little bubble I'm in terms of builds. Yeah, if you're ever struggling with builds, you really absolutely best recommendation I have for you is to go to people around you and ask them what they would like. And if you don't have people to do that for, find people online in communities. I believe there's a subreddit where people request builds. And yeah, people will be like, hey, this is the type of family I have. Can you build a house for this? You can also go on to, well, anything really, but Google Images and just search up different styles of houses and try and build based off of that. I've never personally. Oh, I mean, I kind of do that. I search for images and inspiration. So for these builds, I searched up a good solid 20 images just to try and wrap my head around what they do and don't like, and I was going through them with it. But those 20 images, I just search through them and have a look and see what I did and didn't like about it. Well, not what I didn't like, what they did and didn't like about it. So yeah, my inspiration photos save there's about 48 of them at the moment, for about 6 or 7 builds. Like last videos, like the last build I did was inspired by a photo heavily, and then this one was inspired by a lot of photos, but not one in particular. Just the vibes of a bunch of photos. And then the next one, I think it's the next one, is heavily inspired by 2 photos of the same place. And then I've just got more photos of things that I'm like, oh, I kind of want to do this and I kind of want to do that. And yeah, just learning how to do these things and do a detailed build that makes people happy, I guess. But I'm also trying to do these builds in my own way, I guess. Like, I'm trying to learn how to do them without just copying a photo. I think I'm doing a bit better. Like, these weren't copied from a photo, these were inspired by numerous photos, but I know for another roommate, I've got 3 photos for their build, and it's honestly the front, the back, and the side of the build. But I'm really gonna try and not copy it, but I know that I'm gonna take a lot of inspiration from these photos. So I've started to, like if I've got an inspiration photo that I have heavily used as inspiration, over on Instagram, I'll put the inspiration photo with the build, with the photos of the build, so that you guys can see where I got this from. So I'm not, I don't want to steal from people. I don't want to just be like, oh yeah, these people made this real house and I'm just gonna copy it. No, like this is where I got inspired from. I did not build it. This is someone else's inspiration, someone else's build in real life, and here's how I've interpreted it into The Sims. But this series does not have a specific inspiration. It has. It doesn't. There is no photo that I can show you that is like, oh, this is exactly where I got this idea from. But you know, like the siding of the house got inspired by one photo, and then like the trees got inspired by another photo, and the furniture for one of the builds, like one of the cabins, got inspired by one photo. So yeah, definitely feeling a lot more comfortable in my abilities. But yeah, pretty much it for this one, guys. I will see you hopefully in the next one. Bye, guys.